My parents now found out that there's one brother that used to call their daughter. Hey, God.
So wait, you were in a relationship for 8 months. You were coding it. You were.
It has to be coded though. But my siblings knew. I mean, my siblings, we know what else siblings are
And they laugh.
Yeah. So when my parents found out, and then my guardian, because I was staying with one of my uncles then, when he found out, no, I won't told him by myself because at that point my parents were just like, "What is this? Who is this brother?" At that point, we're not trying to say why you're in a relationship. Their own is who is the person. Let's know. And I told him, so where is it from? I first of all said he's our member. He's a member.
I love that scope. You people should be taking note and jotting scopes down. Use the tips that we are giving you on this channel. Our member, bam.
So their mind will calm down small. But eventually my mom found out that Ogun State was like, Ogun State? From where to where? So no, what's that? How can you be with that person? So when my dad heard, my dad was more of the you didn't go the church way. You are doing boyfriend girlfriend. I said it's not boyfriend girlfriend. It's not like
God bless daddy
relationship. It's like you put in courtship. And you put dating. We are not in a relationship that leading to marriage. This is like only dating. Like,
oh my God.
I don't know. But it's a relationship that was going to lead to marriage. Well, eventually the pressure was too much on me to end everything. My dad was not happy. My mom was not happy.
And it happened 2 days after my birthday.
Yeah, it's after his birthday. Right? Before then, they were already talking, saying a lot of things. So me, I wanted to go and tell my uncle because I was feeling like their reason is because he's Yoruba. I felt like my uncle would intervene. That which one is say because he's Yoruba? Is that the problem?
And he's my brother. We have
So when my uncle heard someone that I thought would help me, it was that you don't put into it the church way. It's wrong. It's the need to sin. You will sin against God. This and that. Go and end up the religion. Break everything. Everything. This is that we are saying that we are laughing. It was a very, very serious issue.
Are you serious?
I couldn't help it anymore. I just had to tell him that this is like we are going to end this stuff. That it's not about let's end it and then you will now go to marriage committee. This one is let's break up. We didn't fight. We didn't have any issue. Did I still love you then? Yes. But I'm going to move on. Please, sir. Move on because it's not a matter of it's not a matter of let's say I said it won't go well. My parents they're already standing somewhere that this can never happen. So let's not be investing too much emotions in a relationship that I thought that.
Did you cry?
I had to buy tissue. The day that we were going to break up. See? The day that it was going to happen, I was like, let us see in one of these parks in Lagos. So when we got there, I bought tissue. We bought tissue paper. And we were doing not tissue.
Take your tissue. I bring my tissue. Are you serious?
We were like, I'm sorry. We'll move on. But at that point, I felt like I was ready. I was feeling bad. But I like to love in my head. I didn't really put too much heart into the relationship at that point because I kept telling him that we don't know how this thing will handle. But
Yeah.
So at that point I cried, but not that
so you were going through all of these things. And you know how people go through relationship odds and all that. On the outside, you know go no. You know
we don't post it now.
You don't look like what you're going to.
But my friends and my very close friends, they knew they were crying with me at that point. But the anointing was not that the relationship ended. It was the fact that it ended because of for like the reasons not even giving. It's not like I had issues with him. It's not like we were
Wow.
fighting. It's not like anything. Just because somebody said you people can't be together for their own reasons. We just had to end it at that point. So, do you want to continue?
Yeah, so for me, at that point in time, I really didn't have issues with, I wouldn't have had any issues, to be fair, if it was for any other reason we're breaking up. But I sat down and I looked at the issues and I was like, okay, so what's the problem? Is the problem the fact that I'm Yoruba and you are not Yoruba? Is the problem the fact that I'm from a mixed religious background? For me, I felt that those were not reasons enough to, and I honestly thought that I think that we can actually work around these things ultimately. It just I think it depends on if I really want it. That's the way I saw it. If I really wanted it, I knew that at that point in time, maybe this is the first time I'm saying this. If okay, the two issues were you are not I mean, yeah, Yoruba, you're from a mixed background. I knew that at that point, well, if we went the church way at that point in time, and then we followed the normal process. I knew that ultimately, when it gets to a certain point in time, these issues would be tabled sort of among the family and then the leaders, and these are people who are also experienced, and then they might be able to like come in and handle all of those situations. So I just thought that in my head and I was like, okay, I mean, it's not a problem, we can break up, all right? But the challenge now would be how long until we go to the marriage committee? So I just let go and share on at that point in time.
You got fasten my seat belt.
Yeah.
So at that point, we also had to course communications. Yeah, he wanted us to continue communicating, but I already promised my parents.
I cannot cut anything. I'm sorry. More they cut nada. Because you know what I'm imagining in my head? I'm imagining somebody that you are already kind of building your future with, you know, and for 8 months. 8 months is not a people get married in 3 months, people get married in 6 months. So if you have been cultivating, you know, that relationship for 8 months, man, I can't even imagine what we went through, and I'm really so sorry. I get you. You know the joyful part of it is the fact that you guys are together now. It is, I don't know, like it is just so beautiful, and this just also, you know, emphasizes something for me, that whatever God has said will be, it will be.
True.
Yeah.
If God has said this, how if you like go to Lokoja, you will come back. You will come back somehow. You will come back. I'm really just so happy for you. So
the story still has
continue.
Okay, it still has many sides to it where you would see that indeed God hands is in this thing. Like when we start talking about when eventually went to marriage committee, when
parental consent, courtship, then to the wedding was just a whole lot.
No.
It was a whole lot.
Do you want to give us a summary?
I'll just summarize everything. So eventually at that point when we broke off, I didn't want to keep communication because I had already promised my parents that I would let the guy go. Because at that point they were making me choose between my parents and him. How did I
it's not up to that now.
Will I now move into his house? I was just a young lady serving. So when I started working, so I just had to cut off the communication. And in fact, truthfully, I had already moved on. I already had, in fact, there was somebody else that was in my corner then I thought that maybe it would be this brother. You know, but then I said yes to him because I just didn't want anything at that point. I just wanted to, I started working, he had started working as well. Eventually came back 2020, we broke up 2019. What month was that?
2020 February.
2020 February, sorry. 2020 February, yes. So throughout that 2020 when it was always starting that I would not even want to answer him because I really wanted to move on and I didn't want communications, I didn't want the feelings and everything to come back. So 2021, right?
Yeah.
He came to my office in January because I was not communicating with him. I was I was not
This brother is
That's January. That
this
coming.
brother is dogged. This brother is focused.
go get her. So
Okay. Yeah, go on.
don't worry, I'll summarize it. So in January, he came to my office. They just told me that somebody is at the reception looking for me. I was wondering.
This is a
When I got
brother
and I
that
saw
is
him,
not- What are you saying?
what are you doing here? Why are you in my office? He said we told us that we needed to talk and I'm not answering him. I said, "Ah, so you went to go and look for where I'm working online, look for the address, and you came here."
No, because your company was consulting for my
Was that
company.
not before then?
No, I mean, yeah.
Before then, truthfully, before then, the firm I used to work with then, they used to do accounting, tax, and all of that. And he had a company that he set up then. Do you know that this guy now came to our company that he wants to be a client? So, that they needed account. The department I'm in, they needed accounting and tax services.
This brother is wise. This brother. Oh,
Make
that's
sure
my
that-
phone. Give me your account number. Give me your account number. You deserve something. No, this is smart.
They were communicating with me directly. Because I remember I went to go and meet my boss then that this client, another person can be handling their work. And the client was like, I know that you will handle it. You will be handling their.
You will be the one to handle it.
You will find tax
So,
clearance.
do you know that since we were not communicating on WhatsApp, it was now email, dear Mr. Okay,
You
my
knew,
account
you knew,
your
you
blah,
knew
blah, blah.
definitely.
You will not reply, dear Miss Wakobia.
Wahala.
I'm like,
Eh?
"Hey, what do you want from me?" So until the day he came to my office, he came as if he came to see the boss. I think that's what he did. He came like he came to see the boss that I'm the clients that we've been communicating with, been doing business together. And
But he has a mission.
she had a mission.
See,
Day.
brothers, single brothers that you are watching, I hope you are taking notes.
I was
Hey,
shocked.
boy.
I was like, I must really be something, though. I must be so.
Yeah.
I must be the price,
Hmm.
I used to be. I said the Lord must have really spoken to you because this is serious. So I had to so that day he waited in my office till closing hours. He had to. It was just sitting at the reception. Closing hours. Then we had to see somewhere. Then he was not telling me that. I can't believe the way I just gave up on everything. I'm not even praying about it. I'm like, guy, we've okay. I told him that okay, that I'll go and pray about it again. That since he's saying that he's so convinced, he's so sure, he has tried to move on, but then God kept telling him that this is the person. So I said, okay, maybe I should take it serious as well. Let me see if this is really it and not the other person I was thinking. So I started praying about it, and I remember that was in January, right?
Yep.
I remember that I didn't we're not really communicating like that anymore until April Easter retreats that year. I took time to fast and pray. I was like, God, if it's this brother, then you have to be the one to speak to my parents. After this retreat, let my parents just call me and ask about him. Let them just let something just happen so that I will know that this is God. Do you know that the next day, like after retreat, the next day, early in the morning, 5 a.m., my dad came to my room
Hallelujah.
to make me what happened? He talked about it was going talking about different things until he eventually mentioned that brother, this relationship.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
It was like a joke. I was telling God that I would have really preferred if it was my mom that came to meet me, but this one too is something.
It's something.
What? I was surprised. Then I took it more seriously. I started praying. I started reading the words. There was a particular word that struck me at that same April. That was like, I don't want to go because of the time now. But let me just
Go into the scriptures. Hallelujah, my sister.
Thank you, my Bible. Okay, so at that point, one day during my Bible reading, it was in I think First Peter chapter 9 or chapter 10, when Peter went to rest, and the angel of God woke him up and said, Peter, take this food and eat, for the journey is far, something like that. So Peter said to the angel that this food is unclean, is not something that they eat at that point. So then Bible says, call it that not unclean, what God has blessed. that did not relate to any relationship at all. But the Holy Spirit just, I mean, that word kept ringing in my head that this guy that you are feeling like is on is I not like I felt like he was unclean, but I felt like he didn't I didn't fit in, or he didn't fit in, or I just felt that the background and all that my parents are thinking
Match
that
up. That's an
he's not the best person, he can't be the will of God. That God has blessed this person and he has prepared him for you. So stop doubting, stop going, stop having that thought, stop saying that oh my parents will not agree. Stop, God has already blessed it. That was the that it was at that point I just felt peace like a river. I'm like, my parents will agree. Let me
Thank
not
you.
stress over
They
this
have
thing
agreed
anymore.
with you.
Then
Yeah.
June that year, marriage committee called me. Or marriage committee called me May to do test result, everything. I was wondering, is it this brother that is coming? This guy or another person? Because I knew that there was another brother in our church that was also telling me one or two things then that he's going to marriage committee, Sister Victoria, this and that. I was just smiling like eventually it turned out that it was the one. The day they told him to come and propose. We were in church that day. We were just laughing. I said, you again. I'm like you. Oh God. We're just happy. I mean at that point I was just like, leave this thing. Leave it. Like just say yes. So that was when we now started like deeper life coaching and that. So enter consent time came. Do you want to say something?
Before the coaching started, we had to also let the MC know that I had actually made my intention earlier, and then they disciplined us for a month.
They gave us 1 month discipline,
which we served. So I think it's important to put that there for balance.
Yeah. I think it was 1 month because
it was supposed to be 2 months, but then they said 1 month.
It's supposed to be 3 months. Yeah, but because we had notified the relationship thing,
and then of course we also came forward to let them know.
Yeah, we had been in a relationship one time more, but we broke it off for whatever reasons. So eventually we came back and it was stronger. At that point I was like, if it's God that can break this relationship. Because
God has already put cement. What is cement?
This one has to be God. A lot of things that my parents were not having it at first. They were like, no way, this and that. They just had their own journey, and I really understand them because their reasons were genuine to them. It was no longer about is Yoruba, you are Igbo. It was more like this family. Are you sure that they can give their daughter to this family? Will they be able to love her like the way they would want their daughter to be loved and everything? But eventually, we continued the courtship. They eventually gave consent. The day my dad gave consent, my mom was just crying that day. He was just like, we did first consent. Because consent that people would just go that same day or within the month, they will just get later. I want to very, very long before we got consent. And we gave consent, my mom was not really fully in agreement like that. She wasn't consenting, But eventually,
and I also understand the part of a mother's love. You know how a mother wants to look out for her daughter. Really, like I just want to be sure she's in safe hands. It could probably be maybe an experience that she's had before that made her form the opinion. Because one of the things I've noticed, with our parents is honestly the fact that most of the time when they do some of these things, they are looking out for. They are, in most of the cases, they're looking out for us. They're looking out for happiness. They're looking out for, I want this, I want this person to end well. I want this person to be in a better place. So, amazing. What a journey. What a journey. So let's just move right into the marriage. Finally, you're married and all of that. I'm really, really so happy for you. How has it been so far? I mean, being married to this amazing man, being married to this amazing woman that you've always wanted to, get married to. I mean, it's a 1-year anniversary. As you look back and reflect, how has it really been for you?
Okay. For me, I would say it has been wonderful. Really, a good man. I'm really, really, really happy and grateful to God that I got married to him, because it's not like everything has been 100% rosy,
Mm,
but then when you have someone that is willing to accommodate you
mm,
and willing to apologize if there's anything that you are not convenient with, willing
mm,
to go any length just to make you comfortable, I
mm,
feel like my husband has really been doing very well in that instance.
mm.
So if there's something that I don't like, I just need to talk and but it's really been, I just thank God, it's been the best gift, the best thing that has happened to me after God. Even my mom, she would be able to testify that I was wrong. I was just being too concerned. He's a good guy. So I'm happy and grateful to God. He just gives, there's some decisions that he will make for us. There's some things that he will do that will say, it's God that said I should marry this guy, because I don't know.
The way you're even saying it, though, you're saying it with satisfaction, Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like my life has been better off in all ramifications. Really, it's a great good husband.
oh,
Don't stop
God.
being.
Yay, I'm shy.
How has it been for you, Mr. A?
Oh well, it's been very very interesting. But it's been a year now, and we've had different periods or stages in this marriage. There was a time we were not exactly together in the same place, and
Yeah,
then she
Mm,
had to travel
yeah,
down to join me,
yeah.
and
The first 2 months were like long distance marriage
yeah.
because he had to be in the
How
UK. I
how
was in
how was
Nigeria.
that? How was that? How was that?
It's not easy, oh. I don't know what I'm saying.
Just 2 months, now, Victoria. Just 2 months, Abba.
Say it's that 2 months. I thank God that it wasn't more than that. Because it's not like when we're cutting or dating or we're always together. It's not like that. But then when you're married, it's different. So people that are actually doing long-term relationship, I was like, they're trying. Boy, long-term marriage. It says the grace of God to be able to hold body. I just want to cuddle, please. I'm married now. Where is this guy?
The funny thing is,
Oh
for those who know
my
Victoria on the outside, you would never know that she talks like this. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
Mr.
It was
Mr.
not really
Akori, how is
easy.
it for you?
Yeah. The communication
Yeah,
was not also easy like that. Although it's not like
Mm,
we had different time zones, but
yeah,
the
it was
times
the same
that
time zone, but again, sometimes because of work and
yeah,
some of the other engagement. But fast forward to when we came together, it's always been
yeah,
very, very good. The Bible talks
better.
about either finds a wife, finds a good thing, and obtains favor from the Lord. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like you found your helpmate, someone who is willing to go the length with you. And I think that's something that is very, very important
mm,
in the choice of a life partner. I've been very good. The part of being a help, you need someone who's very understanding. She's the one. Talk about someone
mm.
who is always thinking about you, thinking about making you happy with her decisions, with her actions. Very expressive. I don't think I would have asked for anything better.
And I'm the price. You know.
Now, wow. This pepper, that you people should have told me before I came for this. Because me now in my head now, I'm like, God, where's the man? Where is the man? By the time I marry, you people,
You
The
collect.
whole of social media.
it is over.
It's over for
Not
everybody.
good for anybody. Oh.
I'm really, really so happy. So let's wrap this up. What advice would you give to those who are probably in their waiting period, those who are waiting their waiting season, those who are still looking up to God for this kind of blessing? What would you advise them to do?
So I think the first thing first is your personal relationship with God. I think that's very very important. I used to joke with my friend. I think I was speaking with one of my friends some days ago, and then we're saying that you don't learn to hear from God when you're ready to marry. So there has to be a journey. So it's
Mm,
otherwise you're going to be confused. So you'll be hearing from
mm,
God, then you know how God speaks to you. So when you
mm.
hear it, you can sift what you're hearing at that point in time. That personal
Yeah,
relationship is very important. Number two,
yeah.
the people around you.
Mm,
Be careful of what they say. That's very, very important. Be careful of who you allow to, in quote, minister to you. I have my choice set of people I listen to, people I call my spiritual fathers, not necessarily in my denomination alone. I have people I listen to, but I sift. I don't just listen to everyone, because there are times that you might hear something and you think that, oh, sometimes you might even think this relates to your situation, but trust me, it's the word is not for you. It's not a word in season. So you need to know who you are listening to and to be sure of what you are listening to. That's very important. And then your support system around you. So it's also very important to have people who can help you build your faith. Because it's, trust me, it's going to be tested in waiting periods. They are never easy. There are times also, and that's why it's important to have a personal relationship with God. I don't always believe that winners never quit. Sometimes quitting is wisdom. Sometimes quitting is wisdom. So just know your relationship with God. So God might be telling you it's time to move on. There's something else I need you to do at this point in time. So you need to know when to quit at times. So it's not always that you have to say, yes, we die here. Maybe not God. God might be saying something different at that particular point in time. So there's wisdom in quitting at times. Yeah.
So good. Sister Vicky, what would be your own?
Well, okay, I would say that it's important to know God for yourself and hear God for yourself. And I think I would like to emphasize on this quitting, like it's the way it's important. Sometimes, what God, what it might seem like, oh, this is the path, this is the direction, or this is the person, and it's so, one thing or the other. I might not even be parental, whatever. Anything could just come up in the middle. Just know that at that point, God is trying to test your faith, how you trust Him. If it was God that led you in the first place, to know how well you are trusting God, how well you are holding on to God. It just brings you to a closer relationship with God. I also say that it's important to, on your waiting journey, it's important to know what waiters do. Like people say that we should serve God, give your all to God. God will always give the best to His children. That's what I believe. My mom used to say God is to pay salary, even if we might not see it in cash. But when you work for God, God also work for you, right? And when you give your all to God, God would definitely come true for you. Yes.
Yeah, another thing I would just like to add, I mentioned it earlier. I talked about having a relationship with my local pastor, a very, very strong relationship with him. I think it also helps to have that kind of very close, not just regular, this is my pastor from afar. There should be someone who is a spiritual leader that you can connect with at a personal level, who can always advise you, who can always, all through the period of all of these things that were happening. I had him in my corner. He was someone I could always speak with, explain to him. He could always tell me, okay, yeah, I understand this is what to do. And he was there at every point in time. I think it was even chairman on our wedding, if I remember very well. He was there on my parental consent. He was there at every point.
God bless him.
He was a counselor. He was a brother. He was a business partner. It was just everything. So it's also important to have that spiritual head, someone you can always speak to, and then who is very, very experienced.
I know that ladies always say that, oh, my in-laws like me. I think many times I hear ladies say that the most, that his family, they like it. Like, I feel like before you ask yourself, that ask you, do you like them? Do you like to be part of their family? It's good that you're marrying a great guy, but the family as well, because you're marrying into a family. It might not be that they are so involved in your marriage, but they become your brothers and sisters. So you need to know, are you at peace with that? Yeah, before you start thinking they will like you, like them first.
Wisdom. Oh. Whoa. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been a very awesome conversation. Like, I really learned. I'm very, very grateful to you. I do not take your time.
I had a great time as well. Thank you for having us.
God bless your marriage. Happy wedding anniversary.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Love in peace, and joy, and harmony. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, ladies and gentlemen. How was that? That was so good. That was so good. Like, I don't want to say more. Honestly, I don't want to say more. It's just so good. So good. There's so much to learn, so much to unpack. So I'm just going to leave it at this point. People get story. Things they occur. People get story, oh. But this is also just, something to emphasize and also remind ourselves that God still does miracles. God still does miracles. God still works wonders. God still leads his people. God still leads his children. So if you are in that phase of your life and you are probably looking like, God, how far, what's happening, when am I going to hear from you, blah blah blah, God is working. I promise you this, God is working. God is working. You may not see it now, you may not see the responses you want, you may not see it now, but believe me, God is working. God is working, my darling. God is working. I love you guys. Thank you so much. If you're new here, please to make sure that you subscribe, share this video, comment, like. Let's have more people watch and learn. I'm grateful and I love you. Until I come your way in another video, I promise you it will not be long, but I will be back very soon. Have a great day. Bye.